Picture this. It's 1998, Moscow. The ruble just collapsed overnight. My friend's grandfather, Dmitry, watches his life savings evaporate. 40 years of work, gone. His neighbor is trading gold coins for potatoes in the street, desperate, getting ripped off with every transaction. Dmitry does something different. He doesn't touch his gold. Not for food. Not for medicine. Not even when things get really bad. 5 years later, Dmitry owns 3 apartment buildings. His neighbor? Still broke. What did Dmitry understand that everyone else missed? That's what this video is about, and if you're stacking gold thinking you'll use it to buy groceries during the next crash, you need to hear this. Let's kill the fantasy right now. You walk into Walmart during an economic collapse with a gold coin. The cashier looks at you like you've got 3 heads. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Even if they wanted to accept it and they didn't, how do you make change from a 1-ounce gold coin worth $2,000 when you're buying a $20 bag of rice? Here's what actually happens during economic collapse. People want cigarettes, canned food, toilet paper, batteries, practical stuff. Your shiny metal disc? Worthless for immediate survival. I've studied every major economic collapse of the last 100 years. Weimar Germany, Zimbabwe, Venezuela, Lebanon, the 2001 Argentine peso crisis, and here's the pattern nobody talks about. The people using gold for daily transactions always lose. Always. But the people who understood gold's real purpose? They came out the other side wealthy. The difference comes down to one concept that changes everything. Gold isn't money during a collapse. Gold is a bridge between 2 worlds, the economy that's dying and the one that hasn't been born yet. Think of it like this. Every economic collapse follows 3 phases. Phase 1, the degradation. Things get progressively worse. Phase 2, the chaos. Everything falls apart. Barter economy, Mad Max vibes. Phase 3, the rebuild. New system emerges. Stability returns. Most people prepare for Phase 2. They stockpile beans and bullets. Smart. But they completely ignore Phase 3. That's where generational wealth is made. Let me show you exactly how this played out in Russia during the 90 seconds, because this is the playbook, and it repeats throughout history. 1991 to 1998. The ruble is dying. Dmitry, my friend's grandfather, has saved money his whole life as a factory manager. He watches the writing on the wall and converts everything to gold and US dollars. His neighbors think he's crazy. 1998. Complete collapse. The ruble loses 70% of its value in months. Dmitry's neighbors are bartering shoes for bread. Some people are trading gold badly for immediate necessities, getting maybe 30 cents on the dollar. Dmitry? He's eating canned vegetables from his storage room. He doesn't touch the gold. 1999 to 2003. The new system stabilizes. The ruble is restructured. And here's where it gets interesting. Factory owners, desperate for cash, are selling entire manufacturing facilities for 10 to 20% of their value. Apartment buildings going for nothing, businesses liquidating. Dmitry converts his gold, buys 3 apartment buildings at fire sale prices. Today, his grandchildren are multimillionaires. His neighbor who traded gold for potatoes in 1998? Dead broke. The lesson: gold doesn't make you rich during the collapse. Gold makes you rich after the collapse, when everyone else is starting from zero. This is the bridge principle. You're not preserving wealth to spend during chaos. You're preserving it to deploy during reconstruction. The reason this fantasy persists, gold coins for groceries, comes from a fundamental misunderstanding of what wealthy people actually do during a crisis. Wealthy families don't stack gold to spend it. They stack gold because it's the one asset that survives when systems change. Currencies come and go. The ruble, the Reichsmark, the Zimbabwean dollar, the bolivar, all toilet paper now. But gold? Gold has outlasted every single failed currency in human history. But here's what drives me crazy. People think this means gold is magic survival money. No, it means gold is a transfer mechanism. You're moving your wealth from System A, the one collapsing, to System B, the one that will emerge. If you're serious about preparation, you need two completely separate strategies. Strategy 1. Survive Phase 2. The chaos. Food storage, 3 to 6 months minimum. Water purification. Basic medical supplies. Practical skills like gardening, first aid and repair. Community connections. Maybe some barterable goods. Strategy 2. Thrive in Phase 3. The rebuild. Gold and silver. 5 to 20% of total wealth. Liquid assets you can convert quickly. Skills that rebuild economies like construction, management, and teaching. Cash reserves in stable foreign currencies. Most preppers do Strategy 1 only. Most investors do Strategy 2 only. You need both. And here's the critical part. Your gold allocation should be money you don't need for immediate survival. If you're forced to sell gold during Phase 2 to buy food, you've already lost. The whole point is holding it through the chaos to deploy in the rebuild. Okay, real talk. Let me tell you what the gold promoters won't. Truth number 1. Gold might not save you in total collapse. If we're talking Walking Dead scenario, complete societal breakdown, no rule of law, warlords roaming the streets, gold's advantages shrink dramatically. Actually, having valuable assets makes you a target. In that scenario, skills and community matter more than any stored wealth. But here's the thing. True Mad Max collapse is incredibly rare. Even in Syria, Yemen, Somalia, places with actual civil wars, economic systems continued functioning in some form. Property rights mostly held. Contracts got enforced. Gold works best in the 90% of collapse scenarios where institutions strain but don't completely disappear. Truth number 2. You need physical gold, not paper. Gold ETFs, gold mining stocks, gold certificates, all worthless if the institutions backing them fail. During crisis, counterparty risk is everything. Physical gold eliminates this, but creates storage problems. I keep some at home, won't say how much or where, obviously, some in a bank safety deposit box, and some with a reputable storage facility outside my home country. Diversification applies to storage, too. Truth number 3. Gold generates zero income. Unlike rental property or dividend stocks, gold just sits there. During a 5-year crisis period, this matters. You need some assets generating cash flow to cover ongoing expenses. Gold should be 5 to 20% of your crisis portfolio, not 100%. Truth number 4. The government might confiscate it. Happened in the US in 1933 under FDR. Could happen again during a severe crisis when governments get desperate. This is why international storage and privacy matter for larger holdings. I'm not saying don't hold gold. I'm saying understand the trade-offs. So, what should you actually do? Here's my framework, adjusted for 2026 reality. The 20th of May, 20-75 rule, 5 to 20% in precious metals, mostly gold, some silver for smaller transactions, 20% in immediate survival resources, Food, water, skills, tools. 75% in your normal life. Because collapse might not happen for years or ever. Don't let preparation ruin your present life. For most people starting out, here's what to buy specifically. 1-ounce gold coins. American eagles, Canadian maple leafs widely recognized. 90% silver US coins. Pre-1965 quarters and dimes better for small transactions. Avoid collectibles and numismatics. You're not a collector, you're preserving wealth. Where to buy? Reputable dealers like APMEX, JM Bullion, or local coin shops with established reputation. Avoid eBay unless you really know what you're doing. Look, I know someone in the comments will ask, what about Bitcoin? Bitcoin might be digital gold. Maybe. It's only been through one significant crisis, 2020 COVID, and it actually performed well. But it's also only 15 years old. Gold has 5,000 years of track record. My take. Bitcoin might be part of your strategy too, but don't replace gold entirely. The beauty of gold is it works without electricity, internet, or functioning financial systems. Bitcoin doesn't. Why not hold both? I do. Want to see this playing out in real time? Watch these. Turkey, 2018 to present. Lira lost 80% of value. People who held dollars and gold preserved wealth. Those who didn't got destroyed. Lebanon, 2019 to present. Banking system collapsed. People with offshore assets and physical gold could function. Those trapped in the Lebanese pound lost everything. Argentina, 2023 to present. Peso devaluation. Same pattern, different decade. These aren't ancient history. This is happening right now. Here's the bottom line that nobody wants to say out loud. Economic collapse isn't about if, it's about when and where. The US dollar has lost 98% of its purchasing power since 1913. Every fiat currency in history has eventually failed. Not some, all of them. The average lifespan of a fiat currency is 27 years. The dollar's been going for 53 years since Nixon ended gold convertibility. I'm not saying collapse is imminent. I'm saying preparation is rational. Gold won't buy your groceries during the chaos, but it will give you the capital to rebuild when the dust settles. That's the difference between surviving a collapse and thriving after one. Dmitry understood this in 1998. The families who've stayed wealthy for generations understand this. Now, you understand it too. If you found this valuable, I put together a free allocation calculator that helps you figure out exactly how much gold makes sense for your situation based on your income, savings, and risk tolerance. Link in the description. And drop a comment, what's your biggest concern about economic stability right now? I read every single one. See you in the next video.